I'm here interviewing Mike, as guitarist for the band Venom. Mike, welcome and thank you for taking this time to do this interview.
My pleasure.
Now, there are very few who would disagree that Venom provided the catalyst for the global black metal movement. What are your thoughts concerning this?
What, do I agree or disagree? I'd say it's a catalyst, definitely, not an intentional catalyst, but for sure, things that the original band did made other listeners of metal music, perk up their little devil horns and take notice.
What is your overall opinion of the current state of the black metal genre?
Hey, it's going strong, you got a whole bunch of powerful units coming out of that whole Norwegian, Scandinavian scene up there, They're coming by boat, they're coming by plane, and they're just delivering some more metal in another style and just keeping the flag flying.
Right. Well, how do you feel about re-entering the scene?
Well, Venom never goes away. It's always bubbling, waiting to creep out again when it's necessary. And, you probably notice you got a different sounding record in Metal Black. You've got an in-your-face punk, powerful, it's punishing at the same time, and coming back in, it never goes away. It's just this is where it's at. You got to just deliver the metal 24/7,
Yes. Well, let's talk about your latest album, Metal Black.
Yeah.
You guys seem to have found your old roots again.
Yeah, the roots are dug deep. They're really deep, our feet are firmly planted right at the bottom of the grave, and we're just pushing right out through the soil.
How did you go about recapturing that original Venom sound?
Well, the real idea came about, we just got together and started jamming out the old tunes, the diehards, the bloodlusts and the warheads and the witching hours, and we're like, this is rockin'. You got a riff over there, you got a riff there, let's throw these riffs in the hat, let's mix it up, let's make the big metal stew, and let's trim off the fat, and let's make it real Venom. No need to be progressive, no need to be funny about it, let's just get it right in your face the way Venom always was.
Excellent. Now, the production on Metal Black is a bit interesting. It's very raw and chaotic. Did you deliberately reject the clean-cut production you see so often today?
Yes, well, it's two things. First of all, Venom has to explode from the CD player. It just has to jump out. Even back in the early days when you put that record on at the time, it jumped out as something that sounded different. It didn't sound like any other band. And then, so today you come in and you slap Metal Black in and you say, okay, what's going to happen? You look at the cover, you say, okay, there's old Stan. He's looking good for his age, And then you say Metal Black. What's that mean? That's just the reverse of black metal. But is it? No, it's not. It's a whole new same thing, though. So, it comes right in your face. It's raw. So we decided let's just do the real Venom record.
Mm-hmm. Well, about that, initially a lot of people thought the album title Metal Black was a joke.
Well, it's an in-joke as much as it's a dead serious thing. What people think black metal is today is a different style that's churning its own scene together, And we just come out, we started playing the riff for Metal Black at rehearsal. We're jamming it out. We're like, this is Metal Black, and it just fell together. And we said, let's just have a good time with this. Let's call it Metal Black, because that's what it is.
So is it just something that you guys came up with recording?
Yeah, just putting the riffs together. When the ideas start flowing, the whole all the concepts roll out and all the riffage tells its own tale. So originally we were going to call the album Maleficarum because that song at the time was so powerful to us and felt like a really interesting thing, but also people were trying to say it and spell it, and we said, that's no good. And then we came up with that riff for Metal Black, and look out, it just took over the shop,
Right. Is it true you recorded the album twice?
Twice? Well, what we did is, we snuck over to the States and recorded a bunch of, jamming over here, and we went over to England in our place over there, and we got all cranked up over there. And, we just played through the songs, and then we took the best performances and we tidied them up and, dropped on a guitar harmony in this one, doubled up the vocals here just for some fun, but tried to keep it at a raw, pure, straight-ahead sound like you'll get from the band live.
Right. Well, by we, did you mean everyone in the band? I thought you were the only one stationed in the United States.
Right, but we said, let's get on the plane. Let's get in a different environment, just for fun. So we came to the studio over here and set up some gear with the engineers, put the mics up and jammed out, and just cut it loose.
Excellent. What kind of gear did you use in the studio?
Well, for recording, we've been using Pro Tools, which is a real joy because we can do 50 versions and, clean up the hiss or leave the hiss. It doesn't matter, we're good with either way. And, we just set up some mics and let it rip. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too fancy.
It sounds wonderful. Now, Venom fans waited patiently for 6 years for a new full length. How long did it actually take you to write the music?
Well, it all started in 2004, and it just evolved at our own pace. We did this on our own accord, on our own dime. There was no record label, no producer coming in to say, hey, you should do one of these, get one of those kind of songs, maybe, be a little more modern, or, don't have that extra long guitar solo in the middle. You know what, let's double that up, So start to finish till it hit the street, probably about, a year and a half.
Year and a half. Speaking of the solos, the album is full of solos.
Yeah, well, for a while we had a real severe lack of attention span with guitar players out there. It seemed like everybody, they could hammer out some riff and have their little, heavy bit, but there comes to the middle of the song, there's no lead break, and last time I checked, when I checked in with Jake E. Lee and Dimebag Darrell and Zach Wilde, right? And I checked into all that stuff, and those guys were playing solos, all the way back when. Richie Blackmore in Deep Purple, he had time to stick a solo in, and forget it, we got to have lead guitar. Mantis used to just rip solos that would peel the skin off your face.
Right.
On all the classic Venom stuff, his World War III dive bombs, and forget it, man.
Well, let's talk about Mantis. How do you feel about the fans who believe the only real Venom includes Mantis and Abaddon? Is that how you say it?
Abaddon, yes. The thing is, somebody's got to have something to complain about here. They got to complain, the only true lineup. Well, you're not going to get that lineup. It was a great lineup. It's super important. I mean, I can't say enough about it. Those original albums, they laid a whole foundation for skyscrapers of metal. It was just out of control. But the thing is, Mantis doesn't want to play in Venom, and right. I don't know what Abaddon is up to, but he hasn't played with them for years, and it's an obvious masterstroke having a drummer like Anton delivering the goods, driving the bus,
Right.
And
it's pummeling. It's great.
Yeah, it is pummeling. I mean, you put on something like Death and Dying, and it's like you go, look out, the drums are here right now. We're ready to rock.
Death and Dying is my favorite track, actually. I told you yesterday that it was Antichrist, but giving it a second listen, I really liked Death and Dying a lot, especially the soloing.
Oh, thanks very much. That was a soloing product of Red Bull and vodka. and obviously having a wah-wah pedal handy.
Excellent. What's your favorite track on the album?
Well, I like Death and Dying a lot. Lately, one that's come alive for me is Hours of Darkness is just a fun one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with the album top to bottom, left to right, horizontally and vertically, It's
mm-hmm.
all good.
It's very good. I really liked that you captured your original sound again, and I really appreciated it, and you're going to get a lot of fans back again,
Yeah, well, I don't know that the diehards, the legions out there they're all crawling up, and they're hot for it whether anything's happening or not. But I think what the true Venom fans that might want to be recaptured will get is you pick up this record in the store and you look at it and you say, damn, that looks like a Venom record.
Right.
And it says Metal Black. What the hell does that mean? And and you put it on, and it sounds like it looks. It sounds like Venom.
Right. It looks like Venom. The cover. How long did it take you to decide that that was going to be the cover?
Well, we worked with a wonderful artist out of Poland. We call Wodge, and he came up with these elaborated designs, from the original design drawn by the hand of Kronos, and
Hand of Kronos.
yes, and he brought it into this modern time. He evolved the look of it in a sharper, because the logo is like a weapon, I mean, and he got that blood-stained, nasty look coming out at you, and we were just totally hyped up with his work, and in conjunction with him and Kronos, they put that stuff together.
Right.
And they put it together over a series of a month or two.
Well, it looks really good.
It looks great. We're very happy with it. Sanctuary's done a great job on the booklet and the packaging.
Right.
And
it's very professional. Very professional.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. A lot of times before, nothing against what was in the past, but with a small label like Neat Records, it was a very small operation. It's hard to get this out to all the people all over the world, and now we've got a company that you can actually walk in the record shop and you'll be able to get your metal black. You can get 3 or 4 if you want for your friends.
Tell us about any plans Venom may have for the new album in the near future.
Well, we're going to sell a lot of them. That's the idea.
Well, what about touring?
Oh, touring. Well, touring. Upcoming shows, we've got the Italy Gods of Metal Festival. We're kicking it out in June. And then same month there, same week, in fact, we're heading over to Sweden Rock Festival.
Awesome.
Which is going to be a really fun day. We got bands like Arch Enemies on the bill, and
right.
We're sandwiched in between Queensryche and Def Leppard, so I think we're gonna shock Def Leppard a little bit.
Just a little.
And that'll be cool.
Are you going to use pyrotechnics?
I should imagine that if we're in a setting that has the room for us to explode and blow stuff up, it's gonna happen.
You guys are known for that.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why they've been history of less touring, because to bring out the production properly on the underground of metal is really hard. And here in the States, we're gonna hopefully be hitting some venues in the near future after the summer festivals, and then there's going to be pyro restrictions. So what you're going to get instead is you're going to just get an in-your-face, just a colossal show of Venom, loud and proud.
I would love that, and especially since you suggested that you would be playing in D.C. yesterday.
Yeah, well, D.C.'s a classic. I mean, it's a classic metal place. We had mentioned the old 930 Club there.
Right.
I mean, that is a cool venue. I don't know if we can pull off getting in there on the schedule or whatever, but, it's definitely, it's one of the cities that comes up in any discussion of putting on a metal tour.
Mm-hmm.
And the 930 Club, I've played there a few times and always had a great time. And, I've still never been up to the Lincoln Memorial.
Well, you need to get your butt over there and see
Yeah, I got to get on that sightseeing tour, see where the tax dollars are headed.
Excellent. Well, that was it. Do you have any last words to say?
Oh, just, we'll see you out on the road, and we'll be hoping you're cranking your metal black.
Absolutely. I'll continue to play you, and thank you, Mike. It was really a pleasure doing this interview with you.
It's no problem.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Do you need an ID or something?
You can say it if you like. I would really like it.
What's your show called again?
I call it the True Cult Metal Hour.
True Cult.
Uh-huh. Like KVLT, kind of like the V in your name.
Yeah, so in case anybody happens to be building a memorial to your show, they can carve it in stone.
Absolutely. I would appreciate that. You should do it for me.
All right, we'll work on that.
Absolutely.
I know a couple of stonemasons down at the Masons Guild.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
Do you want your name mentioned?
You could do whatever you like.
Okay. This is Micus from Venom, and this is True Cult with Jessica at WVRU. Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah?
I'm going to play that.
Cool.
I'm going to play it like every time I do my show.
Okay. Feel free.
All right. Your
you're
number
all-
is confidential. I'll throw it away right now.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I really, really appreciate
I probably
you.
won't be home anyway, so
Well, hopefully you're on tour.
you'll get the maid.
The maid.
Yeah.
Probably gardening or whatever.
Right, exactly. Well, great. I'm glad we got to do this.
Absolutely. Thank you
Thanks
so
much.
much. All right.
All right, hope to see you.
Stay healthy and all that good stuff.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.